Let's see. Hey, it's Anathea, your divine feminine educator. And today in this video, what I want to talk about is how you, if you're an empath, you can be an empowered empath. Uh-oh, customer, your dashboard is live producer. I don't know what the heck this is. Now you can custom. Sorry, I'm getting interrupted here. End video live. Got it. They're giving me information right in the middle of the live. I mean, that is rude. Sorry, ladies and gents. I am so excited to be here because what I'm going to be talking about today, it was a screen that popped up right in front of my face. But anyway, what I'm going to be talking about today is you as an empowered empath and the 5 things that you need to know, actually the 7 things that you need to know, because I'm going to be talking about some events that we're having that will help you to be an empowered empath. Now, if this resonates with you, this idea of being an empath, well, I want you to know that I'm an empath. I'm an extreme empath, and I take on other people's energy. And it's not as if though this is something that you can actually get over. That would be armoring up. And years ago, I had so much armor. You know, the 80s, the days when you would wear your shoulder pads and your suits. I was so armored up. Well, I worked really hard to get rid of my armor so that I could open my heart, but that leaves me vulnerable. But the thing is, you have to learn how to have your vulnerability be your power. Okay, so are you an empath? Are you sensitive? Are you empathic and really caring? Are you kind of an overthinker? Do you look deeply into situations? Do you attract narcissists into your life? Are you easily overwhelmed? Does noise bother you? Do you hate to be in big crowds, especially in a closed room in a house, as opposed to out in the open? If those things resonate, any of those resonate with you, you too are probably an empath. Now, the thing about being an empath is it's not a negative thing. I want you to know being an empath is your path to your personal power empowerment, but it's also your soul, or it's your soul's purpose of what you actually came here for. You know, there's a woman called Elaine Aron, and she did a documentary, and she's written books on being a highly sensitive person. So that goes kind of along with being an empath. And basically, it's a certain percentage of society, but it's really a certain percentage of every species where there is a certain percentage of the population that are more sensitive. And the reason being is for our evolution. You know, if we didn't have people like us, empaths, we'd still be in the caveman days. So it's good. It's your soul's purpose. You are the bringer of a better world. So you being on this planet, and it's not easy being an empath because we pick up everyone's energy and you can't stop it. It just happens. We're here to show a more sensitive, more conscious, more aware world. But it's you know, empaths are not, this is not for the faint of heart. Okay, so I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry, but Helen, it's so good to see you. Double yes, double yes. Awesome. I totally get it. That's great. So you're an empath too. You know, I think many people are empaths and don't really even know it. But what happens is empaths will attract narcissists. And so as you, as an empath, step into your power, and it's really the power of your heart, then you will shift what you attract to you. So let's talk about these 5 things. 5 must-knows. I want you to know, see, it's about ushering in this new world, which is happening right now as we speak. I mean, life is crazy for all of us on the whole planet. That's because we are currently in the Great Awakening. We think we're in the Great Shutdown, but actually what we are in is the Great Rising of the Divine Feminine. And it's aching my feminine parts, actually, because I know I'm birthing this new expanded me, and you are too, because we're in this Great Awakening, and it's the release of all the darker energies, but they first need to bubble up and be looked at. So if things are happening for you in your life that aren't that fun to look at right now, it's for a reason. And it's really important for you to hold them in your love and compassion. So let's talk about the 5 things that you need to know as an empath so that you can be in your power to help usher in this new age that's happening anyway. So you just need to be able to journey through it in grace and ease and in your power and helping affect positive change. So number 1 is I want you to know that you are a creator being, okay? You're a creator being. You are always creating. It's just, what are you creating? Are you creating a mess, or are you creating something positive in your life and for others? So think about that. You're always creating, and creative energy is the feminine energy, creative life force energy. The feminine is what births a whole other human being. So are you tapping into your creative energy in a divine feminine way to birth love, compassion, connection, nurturing, self-care? I mean, it's not only for others, but also for yourself, because if you can't have that from within you, you're not going to be able to give it to others. But are you creating things that are aligned with love? Or are you creating things that are aligned with fear and criticism and critical judgment? That's not birthing the new age. So I want you to know, number 1, you are creating. It's, what are you creating? So you are a creator being. What are you creating? The second one is the importance of the state of your being. What is the state of your being right now? Are you depressed? Are you overwhelmed? Are you scared? Are you pissed off? You know, those things, like I said, they're bubbling up for you to really look at right now and hold in that feminine energy. So the feminine is rising, but the darkness is first right up in front of our face. And now we need to hold it in our love and light, because the feminine needs to rise. Okay? So the importance of your state of being. Don't shove the depression. Don't deny the depression. Don't shove and repress the anger or the fear or the anxiety. Hold it in love. So look at, what is your state of being, and nurture it. Acknowledge those heavy, scary, overwhelming feelings, or even maybe they're not overwhelming, but you're because you're repressing them, right? We've been taught to put on nice little smiley faces and pretend like everything's okay. We can't get away with that now, because the feminine is rising. The patriarchy is actually closing its chapter, but it's taking its last big grab. And that's why we have all these rules and regulations and restrictions and shutdowns and everything. But there's a gift in all of it. It's your opportunity to hold your darkness, hold your anxiety, hold your fear, hold your frustration, hold your confusion in love. And that's the feminine. And you know what? If you are confused, like, what the heck is going on? When there's confusion, what's actually happening is a scrambling of us vibrating to a higher level. Okay? So the importance of your state of being, hold it in your love. Don't negate those darker emotions. Hold them in your love so that you can rise up to a higher state of being. Number 3 is act on your desire, your passion, your excitement. Okay? Are you acting on your desire, your passion, and your excitement? Are you moving towards those things that bring you joy? Look at the things that you do during the day. Are they bringing you joy, or are you doing them out of obligation because you have poor boundaries? You can't say no. Do those things that are in alignment with your truth and with what bubbles up excitement in your heart. Acting on your excitement, your joy, and your passion. That's number 3. Number 4 is choosing love over fear. Boy, oh boy, that's big right now. Are you operating from a place of fear? Are you operating from a place of love? And who are you loving? Are you doing it because the authorities are telling you you're supposed to do it? Are you blindly following what's being told of you? Question authority. Please question authority right now. So, right now, during these transformational times, I have to tell you, you need courage. And there's a big difference between courage and fear. What's the difference between courage and fear? Courage instills confidence. Courage has a level of passion behind it. Courage has a level of purpose with it. And courage comes with passion, right? Fear is paralyzing. So that's the difference. Love is warm. Love is creative. Love is connecting. So look at your actions and your choices as you move forward in these powerfully transformational times that we are in, especially as they want to instill more restrictions on us and you. You're going to be called to make choices from love or fear. And don't get confused between those two, okay? And don't follow blindly. You're going to have courage to move forward if you want to really stay aligned with love and stay aligned with your true divine feminine power. It's going to take courage. So what is courage? Confidence, passion, and a sense of purpose. That's what you're going to need. And it's okay. We're all in this together. And we're all really waking up to our own power. You know, I was talking to a woman earlier this morning, and she was saying, you know, I don't like conflict. I don't like to be able, I don't want to have conflict. You know, I want to avoid conflict. Well, a lot of the feminine does want to avoid conflict. That's where you have to balance your masculine with your feminine energy, because it's now time for you to rise up and say, you know, that doesn't work for me. Wow, that's not in my truth. That doesn't resonate with me. And this is what works for me. Even if you're going to make someone else unhappy, even if there's going to be a little bit of tension and discomfort in the process, and you can say it in a loving way. You don't have to shut down, or you don't have to grasp out. You can just say, listen, that really doesn't work for me. So choosing love over fear is number 4. Number 5 is your personal power comes from receptivity. And this aligns with your state of being. During these times where it's easy to shut down, get fearful, go along with the herd out of fear, get depressed, you know, not do the things that take a little extra courage. Receptivity is your power. So you're going to step into your power through keeping your body open. Don't shut down like they want us to, okay? Don't let your emotions get stuck in you, especially if you're an empath and you're taking on other people's emotions. So you need to move. The best way to keep unstuck energy and keep yourself receptive and open is breath, movement, and sound. What forms of exercise are you doing? Are they masculine or feminine forms of exercise? And what I mean by that is not ballet versus football. What I mean by that is, are you doing forms of exercise that allow you to be in the beauty and grace and pleasure of it being in your body? Or are you doing an exercise that's more masculine, which is trying to burn calories, trying to get somewhere, trying to get a skinnier belly or a thinner thighs? That's very masculine exercise. So doing forms of exercise that free your spirit is really important right now to keep your receptive channels open and unblock repressed energy that you're either carrying within yourself from overthinking, or taking on other people's emotions as well as an empath. So it's important, take a walk in nature and be present with the sounds and the colors around you, or dance, or do yoga, or do some breath work, and go inside and feel the beauty and the grace and the power of being in this beautiful body as your temple. Do you even know how to do that? It's really important right now, because our DNA is actually being activated in this very moment. We are shifting as human beings. So that leads me right into the next thing that I want to talk about, two events. But let me say this, because I'm going to include some astrology in here. On December the 21st, we are finally going to be over this big, huge astrological conglomeration of three big planets coming together, creating this whole global transformation that we've been through in 2020. Now, there's two planets, Saturn and Jupiter, that finally pass Pluto, the grand destroyer, right? Destroying everything that doesn't work anymore, which the patriarchy is just not going to work anymore. And we're stepping into a new era, an era of the Aquarian age, where everybody matters. So the three planets, this one destroyer is still there for 3 more years, working through Capricorn, which is structures and systems. So we still have a ways to go. But the two other big honker planets, Jupiter and Saturn, that caused this whole big global transformation, they are actually moving on. And it's December the 21st that these two planets are going to actually move from Capricorn into Aquarius at 0 degrees. And what is 0 degrees? 0 degrees is an initiation. And so on December the 21st, Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn is structures and systems and making things work. And Jupiter is the good luck charm and expansion. And they're going to be at 0 degrees Aquarius. So this is very exciting. This is us really now claiming our power and stepping into the Aquarian age as those planets come into that initiation. This is the day of the winter solstice. And this is the day that the days will start getting brighter and lighter. So make sure that you do something important on December the 21st. And I want you to step into the knowing that these limiting restrictions that have been placed on you and our world and our communities in 2020, that it's up to you to free yourself from it. When is this all going to be over with? When you decide, yes, it is over with for me, and I am paving a new and better way. So that's what's happening on December the 21st. And I want to read to you what the Aquarian age, and I thought oh, here it is. I had it opened up. I want to read to you what we are actually moving forward into. And the December the 21st is the initiation into ushering that in. And I want you to be a part of it. Okay, so what does that mean? Self-interest, but in a positive way. It's air, it's left brain, masculine, non-personal, detached, brilliant, innovative, needs lots of space. So the autonomous being, visionary, eccentric, avant-garde, but it's also the higher truth, higher love, and egalitarian ideals. The science, the grand experimenter, the high witness. That's why it's non-emotional, because you're seeing things from a broader and higher point of view. This is what we're moving towards. The eye behind the eye, the non-evaluative witness with cosmic universal perspectives, accessing higher levels of consciousness. The Aquarius archetype brings to light brilliant, intelligently structured ideas that serve the greater good, and is a version of enlightenment that is interested in getting off the wheel of karma or rebirth. This is because Aquarius distrusts any kind of deep involvement in the physical and the emotional realms. So what's happening right now is all of that unprocessed shadow side of ourselves is being surfaced to be processed and held in love so that we can go into this more visionary, expanded, higher view of a new world, basically, a new and better world where you get to express your unique self, not the person that you were told you should be, that society told you should be, because inside you is a unique individual. And now is the time for you to really express that. That's what we're moving into. Now we have a ways to go because those two planets are going to be at that 0 initiatory degree, and that really marks that beautiful beginning of it. I mean, we've been stepping into the Aquarian age for a while now, so it's a phase and it's a process. But this is this beautiful initiation day, and I want you to really be aware of that and do something special. Show your beautiful smile somewhere. Show your beautiful face. Connect with others that you care about. Show a way, a new way, a way of love if you can on that day, because things are going to start getting lighter and brighter. And we have a choice in 2021 to make it a better world, but you need to participate. Okay, so how can you participate? By coming to these two next events that that I've organized. One I'm going to be leading, another one an intuitive healer is going to be leading. So the first one is on this coming Thursday, and it is from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. and it is a DNA activation. You see, we only use 2 strands of our 12 strands of DNA, and we only use barely 7 of our 12 chakras. Okay? A lot of us get stuck in the first 3 chakras in the lower triangle. And so this DNA activation will help support you in waking up. Now, we all need to wake up, right? And we can all wake up kicking and screaming, or we can wake up with a lot more support and love from each other. So this DNA activation is us coming together in the Zoom room and then being taken through a process for us to really go inward and feel our aliveness and feel the activation of that DNA. So you will be actually taught how to activate your own DNA. And I'm already doing it in my morning meditations. And I hope you are too, because it's happening anyway. I don't want you to miss it and think that we're in a horrible thing that's happening, because we're actually just going through some growing pains. So don't miss that DNA activation. That's this coming Thursday. And then the following Monday is my new moon circle. And the new moon, that's at 12 noon, from 12 PST to 1. And that's going to be the actual kind of like ceremony or guided meditation or just connection. I'll explain some of the astrology, and then I'm going to take you through a process. It's going to be a beautiful process because we're going to seed into your divine feminine anatomy a better future. And so we're going to do that all together. It's going to be super powerful. That's this coming Monday. So, Thursday, we're Wednesday. So tomorrow is the DNA activation. I have so much air. I have a lot of Libra in my chart. So I'm just kind of like the mad scientist, I guess you could say, the zany scientist. Tomorrow night, 5:30 to 6:30 is the DNA activation. This coming Monday at 12 noon PST is the new moon. And the new moon is in Sagittarius, right outside the galactic center. What the heck is the galactic center? The galactic center is your source to higher knowledge, to universal truth, which is what we really all need to align to now. We've had polarization, we've had all these different truths, which really are just a bunch of propaganda and lies. Okay, I think I've said my piece. Let's review everything now. 5 things that you need to know, plus 2 more things about how you're going to become an empowered empath. Number 1, know that you are a creator. You are always creating, always. Number 2 is, what is your state of being? Nurture and care for your state of being so that you don't negate your heavy and scary feelings, but that you hold them in love and compassion so that you can transform them to a higher state of being. Number 3, act on your desires, your excitement, and your passion, not your limited self. Number 4, choose love over fear. and make your choices from a state of love and not from being paralyzed with fear or being told that what you need to do that's out of alignment with your own personal power. Number 5, claim your personal power by keeping your body open, keeping receptive, opening up to new ideas, challenging your limiting belief systems, and doing breath, movement, and sound to move out stuck energy in your body. Because these dark emotions are going to bubble up. You need to hold them in your love. And then to support this process, we have 2 events. One's tomorrow night to activate your DNA, and that's going to be from 5:30 to 6:30 PST. The link to register is in this live, okay? And then the other one is on Monday. It's a new moon. So now we're really, all the planets are moving forward, including Neptune. We're waiting for Uranus, but everything's moving forward now. Everything's moving forward. We have this new moon in Sagittarius, which is higher wisdom, connected to the galactic center. And I think it's actually conjunct with Mercury, which is going to be about, setting our mind right, setting our intentions, and let's just sail into the new year. And well, that's a whole other subject. January is not the new year, okay? We've got it all misaligned because it's not aligned with the divine feminine. No wonder we're all having such a hard time. We're on the Gregorian calendar, which is an offset calendar. That's a whole other subject. Okay. Check out the links. Also in this live is another link. So there's 3 links. There's a link to the new moon event. There's a link to the DNA activation event. And there's a link to this article that I wrote, and I interviewed Libbee Smith. She's an intuitive healer. And she talks about these 5 things that you need to know. She's an empath, but she's also an intuitive healer. An amazing young lady. She's helped me out quite a bit. So check out that interview as well. Anything else I want to say before I sign off? Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Share the video. We are in transformational times. It's time for you to claim your power, but it's not a power over, it's a power with, and it's a divine feminine power. And this power is the power of love, and it will bring you much joy and happiness, but you have to hold the heavy stuff in your love to get through to the good stuff. And that's where we're headed. So let's go and let's do it together. Let's have some fun. Check out those links, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.